you know, the peace process has become so stagnant since the 90s, and it's a real issue because there seems to be no one who can do business in the Middle East right now. You have the split between Fatah and Hamas, and the division between the Palestinians makes it very hard to find a common front for whom the peacemakers can target, you know, who they can target as a voice, united voice for the Palestinians. In Israel, you have the hardline leadership of Benjamin Netanyahu, and you have this difficult balance between the various extremists, and not extremists, but certainly the strong right wing in Israel, in the ruling coalition, that's very reluctant to give away too much. So there are no real partners for peace right now visible in the Middle East, according to a lot of the analysts. And until there is a visible partner on the Israeli side and a visible partner for a united Palestinian voice, it's very hard to find any kind of balance. Plus, Israel continues with its policies which cause a lot of friction. Its continued settlement policy, and of course they say it's not settlement as such, it's just reorganizing or whatever. There's not a lot of confidence building right now, and I think that's a big issue. It has to end at some point. It can't go on. It just can't go on. And the issue is, it's an issue for Israelis. They want peace. A lot of the Israelis, I should say, want peace. A lot of the Palestinians are tired, of course, of the way they've been living, and they want some kind of middle ground. But the leadership is where the sticking point occurs, and until the leadership changes on both sides or reorganizes on both sides with a more common vision, it's going to be very hard to find something. And the people, again, are the ones stuck in the middle. Their quality of life on both the Israeli and the Palestinian side is terrible, especially for the Palestinians, and especially for the Palestinians in Gaza, where there's a complete siege mentality. So something has to change, otherwise the insecurity that is created, and lack of security that's created in that region, will only spread further out. You know, America is a target because it's seen as an ally of Israel, an unfair ally of Israel, and there's a reluctance still to accept that. The good thing is there's a more moderate voice within America among the pro-Israel and the sort of the Jewish community to say this blind support of Israel by America with no kind of guidance on how to move forward with peace, or no kind of strict hand to force peace, is a problem, and it's got to be dealt with. So there's more moderate voices coming out, I think. Barack Obama, and I really believe he's got a good heart and he really wants to achieve everything, and I suddenly think he's found over the past year that there's just so many balls that he has to juggle in the air that he can't keep them all floating up there all the time. The point is that while they are up in the air, he only has one or two in his hands. The point with juggling is you're not touching all the balls at the same time. You're shifting them. And so it's Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, the Middle East, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Middle East, and everything else that comes into it. Venezuela, Chavez, you know. So poor Barack Obama has realized that he has to be a very able juggler. And unfortunately, these balls are very heavy and they're not all cooperative.